Okay, I have to play this on mute because of copyright reasons, but who cares? So I'm gonna rant about when I played in a tournament a few months back for speedrunning. And honestly, to this day, it was probably one of the best tournaments I've played. It's definitely like my most enjoyable one. So this tournament goes by the name of Bridge Playoffs. I'm sure some of you might have heard of it. They have it for gold, emerald, and diamond ranked, and like I was gold at the time. So I decided I'd play that because it matched my skill, like the other players matched my skill. And I guess I'll just tell you about the tournament first. It's basically just like how MCSR ranked playoffs would go. There's like LCQ or mid-season showdown, except it's all just like one qualifying tournament, like qualifying match. And there is, I think, 6 seeds, and top 10 completions on each seed gives you like points, but I don't remember how the point format and stuff was, so I found out about this tournament from it wasn't Josh, it was Jackson. It was Jackson who told me about it, I think. And I was like, that sounds pretty fun. I should play that. So this is like 2 weeks before the tournament. I joined the Discord server and I see it starts at 7 in the morning. And I'm like, oh, there's no shot I'm playing this. So like a week and a half goes by and the tournament's almost gonna start and I'm still in my head, I'm like not playing this tournament at all. But then I don't remember what made me want to do it. I think it was just like the reason I didn't want to do it is because it was at 7 in the morning. I think I'd said that already. But it was like, what do I have to lose? So my dogs are barking. Anyways, I was like, what do I have to lose? So I decided to play it. So I signed up for it. And the day comes to play it. I set an alarm for like 6:30 so I can get like a half hour of to warm up. Wait, no, it wasn't. It was at 10 a.m. So I set my alarm for 9:30 and then I got myself like a half hour to warm up. So I did that. I warmed up and 7 or 10 o'clock came and like the whole thing, it didn't get delayed, but there were so many technical difficulties. Like the first seed, I no, it was like the first seed we had like a half hour full of problems where like people just couldn't join the private room for some reason. But then after we fixed that, like we play seeds like 1 and 2, and the first seed I got second place by 10 seconds because I went for a 0. The second seed I didn't complete. And then the third seed, there was like at least like an hour of technical difficulties because people still couldn't get in the private room. And it got to a point where like people just who couldn't join just like don't get to play because they're so behind on schedule. So the rest of the seeds were fine. Like the private room was fine, but I did not play well after that for that second place in the first seed. Second and third, I didn't place at all. I didn't complete. Nor fourth. Fifth, I did complete, but it was like really high. It was like eighth or 10th. And then the sixth seed came, and I wasn't qualified. It was top eight, like players who did best, qualified to the finals, to the bracket part. And I was like not in the bracket part. And like if I didn't complete this seed, then it was basically over for me. So the sixth seed comes. I remember it was a village seed, yeah. And I'm entering somewhat fast, And you would think everything's going well. I'm like, I was cooking from until I got to the Bastion, and it's a treasure. I started doing my route, and a piglin knocks me off in like down to the bottom part from that like little bridge looking area, and I die to fall damage, which is like a huge turning point because like my tournament was basically over. Like I remember watching the VOD, and they're like, Rhythm's dead, Rhythm's dead. He's in the bottom four, and it was definitely not looking good at all. But I knew, no, I didn't. At that point, I just played to see if I could even do anything. So I restart the world. Oh, I missed a crucial part. I know I would miss this. Since they were so behind on schedule, the sixth seed was only top six that would qualify, or top six completions. So that means I had to be like significantly faster, and like you would think I probably did not qualify. And surprisingly, you would be wrong because I managed to get all my stuff done, and like I beat the game in the sixth place, which puts me in qualifying range, which is just like I'm still like I still am so lucky to this day I managed to even like get to this. So um the qualifiers ends and a few days goes by like the bracket round started the week after that. So like days go by. They didn't release the bracket until very late, like maybe 1 or 2 days before the bracket tournament started. But once they did release it, I realized, like, I noticed that they put me against Juan Mobius, who I think placed like fourth or something in the tournament. He placed like a lot better than me. I actually placed something funny that I didn't mention from the qualifiers was that I had to like go do something after that. And after that completion, I was in seventh, and there was two kids tied for eighth, and they had to like play a tiebreaker round, and I like there was like no way I was gonna be able to play that if I ended up tying for eighth, because I just wouldn't have time. Like I had to go to like a family thing, but luckily I had seventh. But yeah, Juan Mobius, placed like fourth or fifth. Shout out to him. He's a really good runner. He's like diamond now. Last time I checked, it was just like yesterday. He's diamond rank, but he was only like gold 3 at the time. So I'm like, it's no biggie. I just gotta grind. Just gotta grind all week, do like private rooms and stuff. And I mean, it went pretty well. So the tournament starts like it started at 10 o'clock again. So I was like, I'll set an alarm. Get this. I slept through my alarm. So now it's 10 o'clock, and we were supposed to be the first round to start. And I was like getting like spam DM, not really spam DMs by Mobius. He was like, dude, we were supposed to play first. Our match got delayed because you weren't there. And I'm just like, oh my God, I need to get up and get going. So then I get up, I tell Ideal TV, which was like the one, I think, hosting the tournament. Not hosting, but like hosting the private rooms. So I told him, I'm like, yeah, I'm up, we can go next. So he gets the private room set up and we go next. And then it's the first seed. Oh, was it the first seed I did? No, it wasn't the first seed. It was like best of three. The first two seeds when like it was just the end that I sold on. Everything else did good on. I was gapping him and like I wouldn't say gapping. I was just like I was ahead of him throughout like the whole match until I got to the end and I went for a zero cycle and I just die in the zero cycle, and then I have to redo everything, and then he would just catch up and win. The second round, I think they like ended the match or something. Like I think it was like a 25-minute time limit that we had to complete the seed, and I think we both died or something. We couldn't complete the seed, and then once the timer ended, I still ended up getting the point because I was just like ahead. So yeah, and then it came down to the last round, which is best out of three. And let me tell you, that was probably the most embarrassing match I've had in the whole tournament. It's a ruined portal seed, and I think I was ahead of him entering the Nether, and you entered in the bottom of a treasure bastion. So I'm trying to get out of it, and I just die before I even start the route, because there's just so many pigs, and I just end up dying. So then I respawn, do it again, die, respawn, do it again, die. I do that like a few more times. He is probably, I think he's like in the fort or like blinding by the time I actually get stuff going. No, he was like in the end when I got stuff going. When I was in the middle of the route, he completed the seed and then he just moved on because I'm a brick and I can't play treasure. So he ends up winning. He doesn't end up winning the whole tournament though. It was someone else who ended up winning. It was Bombkin. So shout out Bombkin. He was playing like a dog, but shout out Mobius too. He cooked me. But is there anything else I want to add? I know I hit the zero on this, so I just want to see if I can add anything for the extra minute.